Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with another Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking about the upcoming full-length album from the band Sentient Horror, entitled Rites of Gore. Now, if you're not familiar with Sentient Horror, they are a death metal band from Stockholm, New Jersey. They've been around since 2016, featuring John Lopez on guitars, Matt Moliti, hopefully I pronounced your last name right. If not, I apologize. On guitars and vocals, Tyler Butkovsky. Again, if I mispronounced your name, I apologize. On bass, and Evan Danielle on drums. Yeah, this is the band's third full-length album. It is 10 tracks, just a little under 42 minutes in length. And honestly, I was very anxious to hear this album. Ever since I saw that it was announced, I see the artwork and everything for it, I really wanted to hear this album, so I was very, very excited when I received this promo and was absolutely blown away by this band's style of Swedish style death metal. And it's kind of convenient that they're from a place called Stockholm and their sound is Swedish style death metal, or Swede death as some people call it. The guitar tone on here it's heavy and it has that Swede death vibe, even though it doesn't really have the typical buzzsaw sound to them like you would think of when it comes to Swedish style death metal. But they churn out these just heavy mid-paced riffs with a bit of melodicism to go along with the heaviness, and some really nice solos throughout. Now the bass can be heard in the mix. It does sound kind of thick and heavy, though it's not too overly high in the mix, tending to kind of work with the guitars, really to kind of build that, thick wall of sound. Drum production and performance I thought was really solid on here. Really good patterns, rolls, and fills. A nice snap to the snare. And I love the double bass work on here, and especially the blast beats. Vocally, Matt kind of reminds me a little bit of a mix of the late, great L.G. Petrov, with maybe a little bit of Kyle Simons, formerly of Malevolent Creation, with his kind of growl / roar that he has going on. I thought he turned in a really strong performance as well. Some of the other things that I picked out while I was listening to this, track number 4, the title track, Rites of Gore, at the 105 mark. I really love this kind of guitar riff, double bass combination that happens right around this point. It just sounds absolutely badass. It just really makes you want to bang your head when you hear it come in. Track number 9, The Eyes of Dread, which is a really awesome song title, I have to say. I love the opening riff. It kind of sounds like something that Chuck Schuldiner would have written, and actually kind of has a little bit of a vibe of The Philosopher. That opening riff there. I really love the guitar solo at the 5:33 mark that ends the song with this scream underneath that's just barely audible, but it is there. It actually, I didn't even really notice it until the last time that I was listening to it, so I can make sure I had all my notes finalized, make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm glad I gave it that one last listen, because like I said, you just barely hear it, but there is a nice little scream underneath that guitar solo. Overall, I think this is a solid death metal album, done the Swedish way, yet in the band's very own unique style. Once it starts, though, there's very little let up, no real building intros or anything like that. Just bam, 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 song after song after song. This is definitely an album worth checking out. I give this a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, Rites of Gore comes out on April 22nd through Redefining Darkness Records. Limited to 500 copies on the CD, so definitely make sure you secure a copy. I will be leaving a link down below to the band's Bandcamp and everything, so you can check out some of their other stuff, see how they sound. I can't remember if there's actually a single from this album put out yet, but if there is, it'll be there on the Bandcamp page. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.